Hey there, hey there, hey there. So, coming down from the rafters to your house. Alright now. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, sorry about that. Alright now. She's always groovy, never cheesy. You won't get this from a chip. It's the end of Marty Super Show time. Isn't that nice? Dun, 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 dun. Alright now. Alright, Mike. Cut to Mr. Tennis theme from, Deltarune. Actually, no. Although I wish I were as entertaining as Mr. Tenna. I mean, he is practically an expert in the business of show business, yeah. Who says that old CRTV, can't learn new tricks, yeah. Yeah, I like that his attack patterns are like WarioWare. I like that his attack patterns are basically WarioWare. Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah. I think that Toby Fox likes, I think Toby Fox, likes all sorts of things, like Off and Earthbound. And I heard that he bases, based on, the act patterns on, Shin Megami Tensei. Obviously he didn't make it quite as edgy as that. Obviously he didn't make it quite as edgy and, make every conversation, deliberately, actually trying to negotiate with, very dangerous people, but, well, that's a lot more reasonable than that. Hey, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stop crowding my board. Stop crowding my board, Bree! Sorry, checkbox got a little crowded with, too many pop-ups. I appreciate Twitch for, telling me when, I appreciate Twitch's, candor and telling me about all this stuff. But, can we please get rid of all that? Can we please, get rid of all that so I can actually read chat? Actually, there's nobody on right now, so... I mean, there's nobody in chat right now, but, in case there happen to be, a little bit later, I kind of want the board to not be so crowded. So that, because I know how some of you like the app, especially, Yenny. I know how Yenny likes the app and, likes the app like excessive. Yeah, likes the app and, put out old dang paragraphs on Twitch. About lore. Speaking of which, I should probably make something for 4 enemies of humanity. I could probably, I could probably make them like the most wicked commanders of, the Muse of Darkness ever. Yeah. Yeah, sort of stuff to kind of organize the, other Celestial Warrior, the other, shadow versions of the Celestial Warriors. By the way, yeah. By the way, just to clarify, the Goddess of Creation is actually a good guy. And, the Muse of Dark, alright, now, remember the Muse of Creation, remember the Goddess of Creation rules, and, the Muse of Dark, alright. The Goddess of Creation rules, the Muse of Darkness rules, okay? Those are just the facts. Those are just 100% the facts. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to reiterate that, the Muse of Darkness and her forces are war criminals. Like actual war criminals. They literally engage in, they literally part of the reason they caused the Box of Evil incidents was, so they can, do the big war crimes to humanity. Because they thought, if they tricked humans into, opening the Box of Evils, that meant they could declare that meant they can declare humanity and, by extension, us Tulpa descendants. As sinful and clean, so they could try to kill us all. Yeah, I think it might have been some sort of, I think it might have been some sort of, fanaticism or prejudice or whatever. But I mean, sometimes I have to come into conflict with people like that. Ugh. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, when I first, it kind of reminds me of, before I, learned all this, nonsense. Ah, wow. It kind of reminds me of before I, came into contact with all that nonsense. I was fighting Father Dull. He was like one of the head priests of, protagonism. Yeah, which is kind of a corruption of, the gods of creation, religion. Alright, I won't be talking. Alright now, if you guys want me to talk lore, you could, like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more lore. Not that anybody's, very interested in me. Yeah, see it, alright now, isn't it sad? By the way, the lore that I have is ongoing and, since I am subject to change. I probably will, kept a few key points, yeah. Oh, wow, I like Visions of Mana. I wish Trials of Mana, looked like this game, could I be, not gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But, Trials of Mana was, the Trials of Mana remake was still pretty good. Alright now. Although the voice acting and, the Trials of Mana remake on the English side was... Actually, I kind of liked it because, it reminded me of some of the voice acting that I grew up with, like, 4Kids and all that. I realize that's, blasphemy or whatever, to the anime community or whatever. Yeah, but I really don't care. Yeah, but I decided, as I got older, I really didn't care. Yeah, I'm still rather amused by things like, the invisible finger guns, and the rice balls being called jelly-filled donuts. Alright now, these jelly-filled donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorites. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donuts. Come on now, don't you guys think that's funny? Don't you guys think that's funny? I think it's hilarious. I think it's actually hilarious. I think it's 100% hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to disagree, but I'm right. I'm right. Yeah, especially Charlotte's voice acting. Now, Charlotte's, English voice acting, was like, a real Brooklyn wage. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. Yeah, it's like she was, voiced by somebody, a bit like Joey Wheeler, but they were like doing a real cutesy voice. Like they were, like that. Which I thought was kind of funny, and other people were like, ugh, that's cringe. I thought it was pretty funny though. Definitely reminded me of 4Kids voice acting. Not gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. Right now, you're probably wondering why I'm not, just spamming spells. Well, I don't need spells to take down these enemies. I don't need magic to take down these enemies. I don't need to use magic for these guys. Why would I need to use magic? Although, then again, the magic is, like, super cool. Imagine there's a magical girl, that kind of doesn't transform and, decides, I'm just gonna, alright. Imagine there being a magical girl and, the thing she does is instead of, blasting enemies with magic, she just decides to throw hands. Not like she can't use magic, she's just like, monsters these days are I can just make diff monsters these days by, punching them in the face. Like, monsters these days are so weak that, I could just punch them and, they collapse. Maybe she's, like, actually super strong and, has good fighting, and has a big fighting style and, can use very powerful, spells in, very tactical ways. But most of the enemies are just too weak for her to really take seriously. She's a little bit old. She's like a little bit older and like super duper strong. But most of the enemies she says are young upstart villains because all the major villains have already been beaten by her. She just decides I'm not gonna transform at all, and I'm just gonna throw hands. And when she actually does transform, that's when the actual scary stuff starts happening. Yeah. That's when her actual, scary combat, starts happening, yeah. Like, she'll just straight up neg diff those guys. Like, she'll just straight up neg diff, all those bad guys. It's not quite One Punch Man because she doesn't just one punch everything and, to oblivion. Because I kind of think that kind of combat is, like, super boring.
They were not our equal.
Not gonna lie, I find that kind of combat, like, super duper boring. I find that kind of combat, kind of boring. Not gonna lie. The funny thing is that Saitama does actually have a fighting style, and does have big strategies under him. But he never gets a chance to use it. But he never actually gets a chance to use it. Yeah, he never gets an actual chance to use it, though. Because, all the enemies just, get one punched. Alright, I see what it was. Alright, now. Alright, now, where am I? Alright, I see. Alright, now. Just taking my flower on a magical journey. Kind of reminds me of, some of Sarah's Beach's arts. Yeah, Sarah's Beach, is another hero in the lore, yeah. Yeah. They're kind of a descendant of the elemental of wood.
Perhaps I can procure a present for Ian.
I mean, that's what they're, we're a bit of a descendant of, the elemental lord of wood. And all that. Oh, hey, Meridian. Alright, I might as well fast travel. Alright, so I'm gonna fast travel to the Sanctuary entrance. In retrospect, I probably should have started by doing that. Alright, I apologize. I just got too distracted. It's just that, I'm very distractible, you see? One of anybody's weaknesses is literally, people just throw out, rice grains in front of her. As well as, things like salt. And in the money, due to the fairy logic, it's like, I have to count all these. Yeah, it's kind of similar to vampires, but not quite. It's a little similar to, vampires a little bit. Which I'm not, alright, yeah. Alright, now, hi, Past. Hi, thank you for the head pats. Alms, I see you all returned. Yeah, we got all the alms, yeah. We need to get Hina's core stone. If we're gonna, bring the alms, we're gonna bring all of the alms, yeah. We need to get Hina's core stone so that, Tinia doesn't, succumb to, some sort of mana disaster or something. Or else, God will smite her village or something. God will smite the fire village or something. No, that changed until the Fire Nation was, judged by God. Wait, you didn't get Hina's core stone back. Obviously, that's gonna, trigger the banning. If I were making an ending in an RPG, I'd probably make something like that. Alright, guys, could you excuse me for a minute?
You have been appointed as an alms in your own right. You may proceed onward to the mana tree with the rest of the alms.
Thank you. I am honored to fulfill my duty as the Alm of Light. But before that, I want to talk to the man of this.
Curious. I would inquire as to what you have seen and heard on your travels that would promise such a request. Please enlighten me.
Although, if I were making a Castlevania, I was thinking, about, I was thinking what I would do if I were making a Castlevania.
But we don't know why.
He's going around reviving the underdogs to stir up trouble. Sure, we defeated 3 of them already.
I might actually, have, instant death traps.
And now he looks
Sort of like Chronicles of the Wolf.
We can't let him keep going like this.
Before long, he will arrive to assault the sanctuary. We seek a way to stop his progress, but we need the goddess's guidance.
You plan to stop Delphos yourselves? Yet again, you surprise me.
We feel partially responsible for his resurrection and sudden.
And technically speaking, we're not responsible, Val.
Plus,
It was all because of Aaron.
I
mean, technically speaking, I guess Val does kind of blame himself still for, Hina's death.
Your plight is noted.
Because he and Hina kind of, trusted Aaron.
It's not my wish to keep yours. You are the goddess of man herself.
To be fair, we as the audience already knew that, Aaron was sus.
And what the elemental spirits saw in you when making their choice.
Now look, it's Great Deku Tree.
There is change. Only
Yeah, playing the entrance here does look like does remind me a little bit of the Great Deku Tree.
the sanctuary with my
Kind of reminds me of some of the talking trees in Fairyland. Yeah, some of them are quite wise, yeah.
And for what purpose you have been called.
Alright now. Yeah, but alright, some of them are quite wise and do draw power from the elemental of wood.
You wish us luck on our way.
I mean the great elemental lord of wood.
Very well. Until we meet again, Alms. Take care and keep a weather eye out on the road ahead.
Thanks. We'll try. Now it's off to see the Mana Goddess.
Alright, let's go see the Mana Goddess about her stuff. Hopefully this will go well. Don't you mean we should do some side quests to, get the true ending of the game? That'll lead to, getting Hina's Core Stone back, and that'll lead to getting Hina's Core Stone back? Oh, but what if the twist is like, you got all the alms together, but, you did the SDs, but, the Laphados was actually just a pawn of the great evil. And in order to get the true ending, you have to defeat the great evil. Alright now. I'm just kidding. Like, you have to find a way to talk no jutsu, Delphidos into, being a good guy. Yeah, to be fair, talk no jutsu is very effective, but, unfortunately, Endamani doesn't do...
Wait.
Unfortunately, Endamani, knows she can't always do that, unfortunately. Although, I can try. Although, I guess I'll try anyway. You can't do it. No, you think I can?
Familiar.
I appreciate your faith in me, Pass.
You feel that way.
The fairy.
I will say I like this design for Fairy. Kind of makes her look like a mini, goddess of mana.
Time in this realm is
And, also kind of sells the point that she's not, human either.
continue the cycle of rebirth.
And, it's close to the goddess of mana.
Oh, then
It kind of reminds me of, the goddess of mana, back in, Trials of Mana.
it's where all souls
Yeah,
end up.
maybe they're like a descendant of, Fairy after they became a goddess of mana. Like in their original world.
When the world was still Fadiel, the Mana Tree was in the spirit realm, right?
Yes, if KGL had not been created.
Oh no, the
we
spirit
never would
world.
have had the opportunity to see
Right now, guys, be careful. The spirit world is a very beautiful and, awesome place, but,
Tell everyone back.
But, technically speaking, the beings here are not what they seem, yeah.
We've wasted
Then again,
enough time.
and again.
It's time to get some answers.
Again, guys, in Fairyland... Alright, now.
The goddess.
Hey, Yenny! Hey, I was the #1 spicy KFC, but I was the #1 bucket of spicy KFC!
Stay on the
Yeah! Alright. By the way, guys, I need to let you know something about Fairyland. Spelling dainty seeming fairies, aren't actually real. They're actually in a complex series of illusions and psychic texts. Wait, Yenny's proposing marriage? Oh,
Here?
thank you. You're gonna make me very happy. I love that. Thank you.
The barrier around the mana sanctuary is
Oh.
impenetrable.
Alright, now you're gonna be my best waifu.
I happen
My
to have
second
some
marriage.
hypotheses over the origins of these sanctuaries.
Wait, you're already married?
Some species don't even track the site of the barrier.
You're already married?
Location. Or perhaps specific species are
With
in
you.
nature.
Oh, I see. You wanted to renew our vows? Oh, that's lovely. I like that.
The monsters.
We should get going.
Nah, waifus love.
One.
What goes better with the moon than the sun, really?
They tend to counter monsters with the the same way. The cost.
What goes better with the moon than the sun, eh? Alright.
Now that
Alright now. Dang son, that's a spicy meatball. Whoa, is that an elemental point? Yeah, let's get that. Yeah, get those elements.
Pulsating with
Alright now, more points for me. That's right, more points. Whoa, what's that right there? Yo, gold clover, yay. Yeah, alright, we love ourselves a little bit of gold clover action. Yo, honey. Alright now, wait. Oh wait, the grizzly honey is actually the honey.
the barrier
Grizzly!
is taken into account for certain
I need that honey. I need that funny bunny. And spicy chicken wings.
Permit him to ponder uninterrupted.
Whoa, what the heck are these? What are these? What are those? What are those? Oh no, rabbits. Inabin, look away. Inabin, if you're here, look away. Look away, Inabin. I'm killing your kin. I'm killing your kin. I'm killing Inabin's skin. He's gonna be so mad. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, now, unintentionally set Dark Shovel's entire wealth and bank account on fire. All the money poofed in flames because the Calcier actually ate a wire thinking it was grass and normal reindeer with normal reindeer thoughts. Nah, sure, I believe you're totally normal. Definitely FOE behavior. Definitely FOE behavior. Definitely FOE. FOE. Even in Fish and Savannah, FOE. Even in chat, FOE.
I will take this.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, I never did finish, Entry and Odyssey 1 on stream, did I? Alright now. I know, I'm having candy rain down on me. Ow. No, not the candy. Ow. I'm having candy, fall on my head. Ow. That's very painful. No, candy hanging on my head is very painful. No. Bad bunny. You need to be spanked. Bad bunny. What do you mean by FOE? Have you ever played that Train Odyssey? Basically, FOEs are basically field-on enemies. They're like the super tough enemies that you're supposed to avoid. Because they're like super strong and all that. Yeah, you're basically supposed to avoid them, yeah. Yeah.
Would have been nice to have you here to see this.
Yeah, and if you have to fight them, they're like a boss fight of them by themselves, yeah. And they're basically responsible for a lot of party wipes, in that series, yeah.
For her
Especially in like the early version, and especially like in the early versions of the games, like on the Nintendo DS. Yeah, so yeah.
Change these elsewhere.
But Dark Shovel went bankrupt overnight from one incident because it's only normal reindeer to second money for reindeer food. Oh no, poor. No. Well, I guess. All right now. Well, whoops. I guess Dark Shovel will just have to fight. We'll just have to you fire up the mana machine and find more souls to eat. And find more souls to sacrifice for money. Yeah, did I mention Dark Shovel does that?
Walking through the minds of the ones oldest, they walk this path.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned that before,
Turn
yeah?
to those we left behind in times such as these.
FOE.
but my heart still feels worn. I'll all that
Oh, yeah.
alms of the past.
Yeah, and one of the FOEs that is encountered very early, and at Train Odyssey, one is like a killer reindeer. Yeah, it's like a killer deer. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, one of the scenarios that you can encounter FOEs and a killer deer and a Train Odyssey, that's very common inside the games. There's like a glade there's like a glade with some of its children that are like really younger. They're also FOEs, but they're much weaker and you can easily beat them. But if you kill them, suddenly their parent springs into action, chases you down, and you have to escape before it gets you because it will likely kill you. Yeah, since it's like quite powerful. Pretty standard, FOE stuff. Pretty standard, FOE behavior. That's like one of the scenarios that's kind of common in a Train Odyssey. Was the reindeer hungry? Oh no. No, this particular deer was upset because the adventurers kind of killed its children. Yeah. Coincidentally, have you guys ever played Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion? It kind of reminds me of one of the monsters from that game. Alright, dragon knife. Oh, it's a weapon for Morley. Alright, nice. Alright, I like Morley's knives, probably is his best. Morley's knives are probably his best weapon. Although, some people, alright, some people, like the weeb sticks for some reason. Although, some people really, really like the weeb sticks for some reason. And I'm like, no, they're weeb sticks. I mean, some of the people really, really like the weeb sticks, but I'm like, nah. Again, it wasn't hyper realistic or something you said. Well, that's just an FOE in my lore. That's just an FOE in my lore, yeah.
What wondrous where
Yeah, there are FOEs in Inamani's lore, yeah. they're like super tough monsters that can wipe out groups of heroes all by themselves, yeah. Yeah, they're like sometimes they're sometimes as stronger, if not stronger, than the actual boss of the dungeon that they're in, yeah. Or they sometimes appear and assist it, yeah. Yeah, that's sometimes what FOEs do in at Train Odyssey too. Yeah. Yeah, especially yeah. Yeah, like when you get to it. Alright, yeah. Yeah, the photorealistic reindeer is one that happens in my lore, yeah. Yeah, by the way, to clarify, that's a different instance of a different reindeer, not that, no, totally normal reindeer, yeah. But the totally normal reindeer seems like they have FOE behavior, yeah.
The path stops here. Then how do we get to the mana goddess?
Fairy could well have indicated the wrong route through the sanctuary. Her directions were vague.
What are you talking about? Alright, now.
Do not doubt that you are on the correct path.
Oh, wait, what are you?
It's Vidi.
Vidice, the White Dragon Princess.
Princess.
Golly, what are you doing
What
here?
are you doing here?
You, your companions, and even I must face whatever future lies ahead of us.
Totally normal reindeer would make an awesome super boss. Imagine as a joke, Pebbles just shows up as an FOE, just completely unaware of it, and is confused as to why people keep attacking him and keep getting obliterated.
How we choose to proceed depends on the answers you provide. There are many roads we may take, each with their own consequences.
Yeah, Pebbles shows up as a super boss in this one area because people are like, saying there's actually there's like this one, super cute looking dog that is dressed in like a wizard's outfit. They're like super dangerous and powerful and whatever. Yeah, like a whole bunch of adventurers went over there and it kind of obliterated all of them. It was going on about being the great Barcomancer of Darkness. Yeah, and since people interpret it as him being some sort of servant of the darkness, they try to kill him.
Make me understand your intent.
Yeah, and then when we get into the boss fight with Pebbles and we defeat him, we kind of are able to reason with him a little bit. Oh no.
She wants
Oh no, I remember this boss fight. Uh-oh. I remember this boss fight. Oh yeah, I remember, you know, the days.
I do not intend to blink.
I know.
Now come. When tilling the lands to bear fruit, one must bear in mind the myriad disasters they will face. Extinguish the bane that threatens to
Extinguish the bane that threatens to incinerate all. Alright, she wants me to, you know, attack the red spot. She wants me to attack the red crystal. Yeah, we kinda have to pay attention. We have a boss fight where we actually have to pay attention, yeah. When I figure my behavior, do you have in mind that you mention it?
As many rounds as it takes.
Though mortals yearn for the future, they are hindered by the shackles of their past. Expel the knowledge that leads
Expel the knowledge that leads mortals astray. Well, obviously, she's wanting me to attack the darkness crystal. And ultimately, it doesn't matter which one we choose, but you know. Ultimately, does it matter which one we choose?
final one?
I don't know, here comes more. Alright, now.
Then we go all out.
Ain't over till it's over, Vadiz.
As Alm of Light, surely you can decipher the truth from that which is false. Discern your truth and
Alright, now. Alright, now.
We put our trust in you, Val.
think carefully.
Alright, I think it's this one.
My breath.
That is correct.
Alright, that's correct. Alright, now. Alright, now. I bet there's plenty since Andy's world is full of powerful monsters and villains. That's true, yeah. FOE behavior, yeah. Maybe like the totally normal ranger is like on the cusp of becoming an all powerful FOE in its own right, which might explain the photorealistic photorealistic near incident, yeah.
Though strong enough to break free of fate.
Like maybe it somehow awakened some of its hidden power, or it got influenced by something else, yeah.
That the goddess of Mana has needed.
It seems to find itself in all sorts of strange situations. Then again, animals finding themselves in strange situations, isn't unheard of behavior in Fairyland,
And create your own.
Especially if they're, like, seemingly normal animals. That could indicate a lot of things, yeah. Whoa, a bridge of light! Oh, excuse me, oof. Whoa, that's like a bridge of light. Yeah, there are all sorts of, powerful monsters and villains. And there's also, powerful heroes, too. And, allies as well. Yeah, the Total Normal Ranger herself is more or less normal. The stuff that causes all the weirdness is a small, tiny bit of, energy from Gaia, the Life Goddess, and the Mother Constrict accidentally ending up in her, and that was meant for the Chaos Seer. Oh no. Chaos, I can do anything.
Nice to see that this place hasn't changed. No monsters either. It looks just like it did back in Fabio times. You have
Alright, the Tree of Mana, looks very beautiful in this game. Really like that sunset.
A long and laborious.
By the way, I want you guys to know that you are cute, and not me. That's right, you're the ones who are cute,
Yet,
not
we're
me.
here to offer our souls like those that came before us.
I mean, Yenny has already confessed to being cute past. You need to confess that you are cute? Yeah, because you're cute too? Welcome to the Tree of Mana. Yo, look at this. Alright, let's go commit SDs. We probably, have to worry about, all the Devdons, but, that's probably the future Elm's problems. This again. Whoa, is that? Alright, who the heck is that? I am the Guardian of Sanctuary. Coda!
There are humans living within the barrier?
Alright, now. Look at that, it's Kobe Beef.
No, I am but a
Wait, why do you look like Foul? Yeah.
Consider me like one of the spirits. To put it in terms you may understand, I am the
first in a long legacy of Soul Guards.
Guards.
Whoa.
You passed Viduz's trial admirably. I should not be surprised.
That's right, confess. No, Pass, you need to confess the truth that you are cute.
Sister, if we assume
Confess the truth that you are cute.
people attempts to stand guard.
By the way, also, I'm keeping you guys in Fairyland.
This has held you this very day. The origin of the soul garden tradition.
You're not escaping Fairyland that easily, yeah. In fact, I will literally keep you in the dream world, you know, just to spend more time with you. That's right, you're mine. Mine. Shake that bottom line. Come, I will take you to the Mana Goddess. Alright, can we see the Mana Goddess in this game? Is she cute? I mean, is she, hot?
One of my ancestors is here?
Alright now, wall of text. Time to read the wall text.
Him or the mana goddess waiting.
Alright, now the Castier was a normal reindeer originally, but remember some incident guy overflowed. The Castier and her energy turned a shapeshifter and reindeer fairy into a tiny bit of energy, actually ended up in her mom. It's unregulated and, you know, uncontrolled, whereas the Castier's energy is completely controlled and she can regulate levels of it. Alright, alright now. Past, I will make you. Once I get your name, I will make you all mine. Alright, I'm just joking, of course. You know, Indamati doesn't actually steal names. Except that one time when I was fighting Adware. Alright now. Now, the nature of the mom's energy being unregulated and outside of Gaia's control is what causes the supernatural weirdness. Nah, that, you know, seems pretty normal. Seems pretty normal to me. Definitely FOE.
Goddess? I'm Val, and these are my friends. We've come here to ask for a moment of your time.
Oh no, we're gonna offer our souls to, you know, Magic God Tree. Uh-oh. No, we're offering our souls to a Magic God Tree. Oh no. That's not good.
Delafos has broken free of his seal and is going around the world setting the Benevodons loose.
His only goal is to get his revenge on you, goddess. You have to
Why don't you guys do something? You guys can, you know, beat
So
him.
many questions to ask about Delafos and Core Stones.
Yeah, she is 100% FOE, but is completely unaware of it in every form because she has the intelligence of an average reindeer. Convince me that I'm cute. Yeah, but you are cute. I mean, have you ever seen? Alright now. Mike, cut to a clip of Shigeri, holding up that mirror and put past PNG on it. You know, maybe that'll convince him that he's cute. By the way, Mike's not lying.
She has not once awakened since she
I want a clip of mirror with an NPNG on it. No, that's not the clip I asked for. Mike, that's not the clip I asked for. What are you doing? Mike, you're supposed to, put past PNG on it. That's right.
The goddess was our last hope.
God, how did she end up, falling asleep?
How did she end up like this?
But as well as you can be trusted to make your own decisions, so I will tell you. Alright now, what else PNG on it? Tell me how all this game betray you and the truth behind this world. Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna get lower. Alright, so alright now, what's going on? Alright, I guess we talked to Coda. You know, he could have really just told us in the cutscene, but I guess we have to go over and talk to him. For some reason. Alright, put a Pebbles PNG on it. I mean, Pebbles is sure cute, but he was cuter, you, Yenny. You, Yenny, yes, you're cute. You're my cute little bucket of KFC, yeah. 5 realms, alright now, 5 realms. The mortal realm, the mystic realm, the ethereal realm, the arboreal realm, and the spirit realm. Whoa, that's a lot of realms. Men once for freely from those places, and Fidel was knew only peace and prosperity.
And Fadiel.
And then, you know, something happened to make the worlds merge.
Prosperity.
What happened to make the worlds merge?
Until
One day, mortals and their greed.
in their greed
Oh no,
to
they
use
activated Pot of Greed! No, that card's been illegal for a long time!
the flow of mana was
The flow of mana was disrupted in realms, and the 5 realms became unbalanced. The mortal realm consumed an enormous amount of mana, plunging the mystic realm home to the Beneficents into disarray.
into disarray.
Wait, the Beneficents are from the mystic realm? Uh-oh.
The divide between the realms weakened to the point that
Divide between the realms weakens to the point that all worlds merge into one. Uh-oh.
mana dried
So there was a bit of a dimensional convergence.
up their wrath.
Uh-oh. The monsters unleashed their wrath. Uh-oh.
The discord that had
So, Annie, what shall we do for a second winning, huh? Oh, I'll leave that up to you, Yenny. Since I know you'll come up with something
Suffered at the
cute.
hands of the benevolent.
Find my PNG is cute, but not me as a person. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You know, I'm not cute, though. Everybody knows I'm not cute.
Successfully subdued.
Everybody knows I'm not cute. I mean, look at my flabby arms.
Refused to return
You guys ever see that one demon queen, you know, the flabby arms?
against the goddess.
That's going like, oh no, it's all flabby. Yeah, that's basically me, yeah.
They were so
He lost the person most dear to him.
Coincidentally, Arch Enemy and Hero was also, was also an anime that was canceled way before its
no
time.
reason to care about a world bereft of the one he loved.
What's your favorite game? Take your favorite and mix it with my favorite Okami as a wedding party.
Strength to preserve
All right now,
the world.
How about Castlevania? How about Castlevania like Portrait Room? Oh, or we could do, Odin Spear, yeah.
The help of the elementals was not enough. We struck each
All right,
other
bet.
at the same time, resulting in his stone imprisonment and my destruction. Only my worth survived. If only I had been stronger.
So, Coda, Delafos, and I all carry the same pain within us.
No, we all share the same pain. Yeah, we lost people that were close to us. No. Yeah, here's why. All right now. Yeah, my wife is the goddess of Anna.
You're the one responsible.
Minus the time she went yandere.
Yes,
Minus the time she went yandere and decided do a mass extinction event. Which is very typical, defying behavior. Which is very typical behavior to define.
and see the realm of the benevolence scattered across the land.
Yanni, you wouldn't go yandere on me, would you?
His power was steeped in animosity, which bled into the surrounding lands, creating horrible disasters in its wake. Eruptions will
I mean, your
spread
VTuber is cute.
every fissure.
No. Admit that you are cute. Yeah.
Winged fall
Admit that you are cute.
pure
I and my VTuber are not cute. You guys are ones who are cute. Okay.
life turned back to dust and stone. Verdant lands will wither.
Oh no.
Seas will cease to
Eruptions
spread.
will scorch earth and fire from every fissure. Earth's wind will rage and the wing fall flightless. Here waters run foul and spread disease, so that once brought life will turn all to dust and stone. Verdant lands will wither away and seeds will cease to sprout, and glaring light will obscure all boundaries of reality. Alright, darkness will deepen, and the moon will break all reality out.
Curse of Delafos' power on the land.
No.
Then
No, I won't, but Daji will probably. Yeah, I won't, but I won't go yandere, but Daji and maybe Kobu are a different story, probably.
No man's folly.
Oh no.
Start.
strong
Joy emotions revitalize mana power. In addition, the Levelos had access to the energy of the mana sword itself.
access to the energy from the mana sword itself.
Souls tried to stop the Levelos curse from running rampant, but the power suppressed their power suppressed the worst effects from taking hold.
The worst of
Yeah, but unfortunately, our power you need to recharge every now and again to kind of stop that curse.
elementals.
So without anything to check its dangerous power, the effects of that curse spread throughout the entire world. Ow.
Curse spread throughout.
Okay, so we have an explanation as to why we need to do the sacrifice. It's so that they can maintain their mana power. Stop the curse from spreading. Yeah.
Offered up sacrifices. Alms.
Oh no.
Alms would travel to
Those travelers are and freely give up their souls or life force to the sleeping goddess so that she can maintain maintain the seals that prevent the Lephos curses from going wild.
bring about mana power.
Yeah, that would explain why if we don't do that, that's why that's why the disasters happen. Yeah.
Power is restored.
All right, I'm glad it's for an actual good reason, but it's still kind of messed up.
But after 4 years, their stores of mana
Maybe we should. All right, now. Now time to start saving up the points again and propose a third marriage with you.
Disaster from
No.
villages.
You are cute. You have a smaller list of cute features than Ina, but still, I have evidence. Now I'm not cute, but Ina's like the cutest thing you've ever seen. I mean, he's a bunny rabbit.
originally it was
Immortals, they love bunny rabbits. Yeah.
reintroduced
Yeah, but they view us scary. They view us bats as scary creatures of the night. Yeah. And I played enough video games to know how humans feel about bats. Yeah. After all, they keep constantly portraying bats as the familiars of evil.
Sooner or later,
Nuclear bunny detected. What, nuclear bunny? Uh oh. In the RPG, we need to have Inabin, doing the nuclear option as one of his combos that he can do.
possess.
Lysa's?
This is all we can
Yeah, we need to do that in like the community RPG. Yeah. Uh oh.
What's
I know. Possibly another FOE enemy, the nuclear bunny. Uh oh. No, FOE. Alright, now, even in Buntrasil, FOE. You're not a scary bat, no. Yeah, but, bat, alright, now. What are you talking about? Bats are, like, super scary, and, fairies are, like, super scary, yeah.
What is going on?
My humanoid form doesn't actually exist. How do you guys know that my humanoid form actually exists? Uh-oh, the Benevolons are attacking. The Benevolons are, leading an attack on the goddess of mana. Uh-oh. Oh no. Ow, stop. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. Trying to lock it properly or take 16 damage 69 times. Alright, I forgot that the water Benevolon in this game, looked like a huge crocodile. Alright, alright now.
Not as great as the sanctuary itself.
Alright now. Alright. Hey look, it's Hypnotoad! Glory to the Hypnotoad! Glory to the Hypnotoad, uh-oh. Shit, we need like the full strength of, all 8 Benevolons to, break the barrier. Are they breaking through? Are we gonna have to, boss rush them? I'd be down for boss rushing them. I'd be down for boss rushing them. You don't look scary. You fade not scary. Oh wow. Think about this, anybody can, instantly bring people into the dream world, and basically do whatever to people. That's just the strength that anybody's arts can actually do. Yeah.
There is no sign of the man himself. Perhaps Delos intended this attempt to serve as a diversion.
Delos and the Benevolons are still a threat to us all, just like in the past.
Things aren't looking so good for the world if these monsters are free.
If the goddess is unable to grant us aid, we must muster our own forces. It is our chance to fix the future.
Our loved ones need protection. I'll do it.
Zoo wouldn't mind if you did that to her. I mean, Zoo, the story character.
Remaining 5 will be
What kind of dreams is Zoo, kind of looking for, huh?
In that time, I promise we will.
I'm not gonna do dreams like Plumeria does,
We will stop the rest of the Benevolons and Delos before he hurts anyone else.
I mean, appearance-wise. Power-wise is a different story.
The decision to
I mean, alright now. You gotta remember, there was literally a government organization in the lore, known as Control, which was, the dreams. Yeah, you want the Plumeria style dreams. I don't do that kind of thing.
Or what?
Yeah, I don't do that kind of thing.
What matters is that as long as Dalefos has the mana source,
If you give me sweet dreams, I won't mind.
sanctuary.
What kind of sweet dreams are you looking for, huh?
We'll just have to reclaim and sort ourselves. It's the only way to keep this asteroid away.
Returning the sword to its rightful place wouldn't hurt.
You should keep the core stone of the
I was joking, though, just wholesome cuddles. Okay.
The will of the animals is important after all.
I will accept that.
Hoda is putting a lot of faith in you. I hope you'll be able to handle the road ahead as well.
Be gone, vile bots! Get banned! Get banned, vile bot! Get out of here with the scam! Get out of here with the scam! Get out, get out, get out! Get out, get out, get out! Get up, get out of here! And I see you are a bannivator and are restricted, and yeah, you got banned by Zeribot! Get banned! Get banned, get banned! We don't want clankers in the stream! We don't want clankers in the stream, yeah. I am a fairy, we don't like clankers very much. Yeah, there's a reason for that, we're allergic to iron. Get out of here, clanker! Get out of here, clanker! Get out of here, clanker! Yeah, you should have House incorporated Silly Normal Reindeer and Pebbles one way or another, yeah? Oh, that, alright now. Alright now. I'm probably gonna get canceled on Twitter for saying the word clanker, aren't I? There's people that unironically think that's like an actual slur.
I do believe this is the secret beast Flammy. Remco must have been Flammy the entire time. Flammy has made no documented visit to our world. But
Though I hear that Twitch moderation is gonna be done by clankers, so it's probably gonna end up actually being a slur.
Her will are the fastest way to convey you to the benevolent.
Yeah.
Make haste, Holmes.
Thanks.
Yeah, get out of here, bot. Alright, anyway, Paris and Zooey, you guys are fine because I know you're real people. And you're beautiful and awesome. And I know you guys aren't gonna bring iron into Fairyland. After all, that would prevent you from being mine. I mean, yeah, we get the ability to fly. I wanna ride my bike. Well, at least we got a whole bunch of lore. Oh, be careful with Antheria, even though with her being a Fey heroine. I mean, that's okay. I'm also a Fey heroine, so. I mean, she's not the only one. She's not the only one. I mean, she's not the only Fey heroine, yeah. And technically speaking, I'm one. Well, half one. Well, half Fey, yeah, but I know.
Remember that Flammy's power can only fly you around for so long.
Wait till I show her back to her glove form when she lands. Use a flaming drum to summon her whenever you need to fly. Yo, we got the flaming drum. Alright, I still say that Flammy looks a little weird because they have feathers and they have anime hair.
I may. Would you be so kind as to return me to Lagrange?
Oh, alright now. Being surrounded by waifus is all I can ask for. I mean, a peaceful version of the world. You're wanting one of those Plumeria style dreams? You're wanting one of those Plumeria style dreams? I knew you did. I knew you wanted that.
must really like to stand that drum.
I knew you wanted that. I knew you wanted that. Alright, I knew you were asking. I knew you wanted that. I knew you wanted that. I mean, scientifically, even though she's a Fae, your body is literally entirely made of soul-rending poison. Whoa. Alright, she can control that poison, right? Alright, she can control that poison and use it responsibly, right? Of course she would. I mean, heroes are definitely very responsible with their powers, yeah. I mean, have you guys ever seen Man of Steel and, saw Superman, responsibly use his powers while fighting Zod? You know, to make sure he didn't, you know, wreck the city. I mean, I kid. But you know, that's Zack Snyder's vision for Superman, apparently. Shouldn't we? Alright, yeah, it's no one, yeah. I'm kind of waiting for Zack Snyder to come back and, you know, put Amanda Waller inside of his universe. You know, if he hasn't done that already. Yeah, you know, I feel like she would be, you know, made perfect for his world, yeah. Because she probably has a lot of more reason to exist in it. But Mary, I'm coming for more. No. Please don't. Alright, now. Alright, remember, Plumeria is very jaded and, you know, saw all the degeneracy of humanity, yeah.
Excellent landing, young
Yes, she can, but she still has others to be careful when being in contact with her. She has control of her, but doesn't want to risk, a rare instance where some of the poison excellence slips through. Well, I'm sure, you know, our resources and trains can, you know, help her prevent that.
But I must decline. Though please,
I'm sure our resources and dreams I'm sure our resources and dreams can help her, you know, control her poison better.
Historic situation we find ourselves in.
I suppose he is
alright now.
suited.
It's okay that you want to analyze your data. But please don't let the information that Coda entrusted you with turn into gossip.
Of course. Not to worry. I take great pains to compile my notes and secrets.
Alright now.
If it isn't the head curator and the rest, you're safe.
It's not when it's going on assassination mission, so for a guy to protect my nature if she wears clothes over her entire body and gloves. Alright, that's very good, yeah. I suppose that's sort of like Rogue, yeah. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of, you know, Rogue from the X-Men a little bit.
Reports indicate the disaster is spreading to the lands that house the Benevadons. Besseroth, Benevadon of Wind, has been spotted in the Vale of Hungry. And Tormani, Benevadon of the Moon.
Oh, Benevadon of the Moon isn't. Alright, now. And then the Benevadon of Water has been seen outside of Illustelia. Uh-oh. Floret has been sucking for this burrow as we speak. Uh-oh.
Scribes have already been.
Alright, so we have all the information, you know, to where, you know, where the enemy Benevadons are, you know, holed up at. Information is, you know, part of the battle, yeah. Information is part of the battle against evil, yeah. We gotta make sure we have information that we have the correct information, yeah.
As of yet, our theory is that the fire.
Unlike Poison Ivy, she does have high potent charm and, you know, has mental status effects galore.
It seems.
Yep, that pretty much sounds like a fairy. Alright now. Hopefully she'll use her power. Hopefully she knows how to use her powers responsibly and for good, unlike Poison Ivy.
What a singular wing shape. Would you mind if I sketched it?
We should get going.
As let's face it, Poison Ivy is kind of a terrorist.
Farewell. We'll meet again soon, George.
Yeah, not too unlike Lumina Knight, but Lumina Knight has very different motives, yeah. Her kind of figure is literally built to seduce and poison men to death who cause this needless damage to nature. Oh, no. No, that's very dangerous. So, what decided to make her, be a little bit different than that? There must have been a big reason for that, right? I mean, she is a deer woman, so... That's pretty much, how deer women work. Alright now, let's go find all those Benevadons. Alright now. I am hoping the moon one is, still not. I'm hoping that the moon Benevadon's dungeon is not buggy. Jesus asked him more specifically, the villains of the world happen to be the ones that are trying to kill nature itself. Oh, that's alright, yeah. I wonder what she would be like if she met Ceres, yeah. I mean, Ceres wasn't raised as an assassin, but, kind of also so protects nature, too, yeah. Yeah, especially from dark pollutants. Yeah, especially from dark pollutants, although, you know, he also has to fight, you know, he also has to fight evil man-eating plants, yeah. Sensei kind of took over his world and, turned it into, and, killed his mother and father, yeah. and turned his entire home world into a giant man-eating plant that, goes around, devouring other planets. Which, yeah, they're basically destroying the nature of other worlds, to preserve their nature. Yeah, I gotta remember, nature is kind of rough, huh? Yeah, hero of circumstance, more or less. She is quite kind-hearted and sweet, but when not doing that, she spends each holiday season with the rest of her family getting nice meal for ready for her mom. Oh. Alright, she's probably quite... Alright, now, is she quite surprised, about her mom's, unusual behavior? I appreciate that her mom, ate up all of, Dark Shovel's money, though. I mean, it's very good that she did that, but, I'm probably gonna still have to, dismantle... I'm probably gonna have to still dismantle, that, Venom Machine anyway, yeah.
They're gone.
They're gone, everyone was eaten. Uh-oh. Everyone was eaten by a giant evil bird. It attacked, they ate everyone. I can feel the fear, their fear soaked into the soil. I know, poor Julie, no! Doesn't mean the Sproutlings, no. No, I think they're okay.
I think they're okay.
You're sure they're okay? They did get eaten, though.
So I know. But we
No,
have
no.
to look around for clues as to where the Benevodon
No, they got eaten. No, alright. Whoa, oh, no. Get out of your ad break. I'm trying to read Jenny's comment. No, she is well aware that she shows herself, how she herself came to be and has high suspicions of what happened with her mom. Ah, that's good. Alright now. Virtually all those people got eaten by big scary monster. Hey, Miss Dryad, you know anything about, about the Benevolent on the Wood? No, wait, it's a game that's no laughing... oh, wait, it's about the game that's no laughing matter. No, that's true. If I had more power than the Sproutlings wouldn't have. Don't worry, we can save the Sproutlings. We need to protect Julie's people.
Dryad. What in the goddess's name happened here? Florid happened.
Obviously, not just for Julie, but, because we need to protect... We need to save and protect those people from, big scary monsters, yeah. After all, protecting people from big scary monsters is, part of my work as, a magical role,
Yeah.
That's it? Are the Sproutlings really
Whether that's the mafia or Red Moon or dealing with evil celestials or eldritch space abominations or evil space aliens
Where did Florid
or killer objects
You can't
or killer objects that are modeled after weapons.
go after them.
Literally one of my villains is just a giant living gun.
Make off with my friends and
Gotta lie to the big bird that you're Luigi. Uh-oh.
To be honest,
a big giant bird, yeah.
to save the whole world from getting
Yeah, we're here to say, alright now.
Benevodon bullies. Julie, you have grown.
Of course we've grown so much, yeah.
Really? It's hard.
I think she's talking more like a personal growth, Julie.
Whatever. Can you tell us where to
Alright now.
What that I could?
Yeah, this is alright now. I will say this is a big turning point for Julie. He's like starting to make his own choices instead of, just letting things, happen.
But perhaps we could ask Trent.
But as soon as he started taking out grapple fighting, that's kind of when he started changing to do that.
Idea. Okay, everyone, new plan. We're going to the
I mean, I
city
understand.
to
Alright.
Trent.
He's more or less actively working to be hero, more of a hero of circumstance, and the villains happen to mess with nature, overwhelming and over harvesting for their evil schemes, and thus invoke Sky's wrath and send out the KFC to handle it. Oh no. No, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. I mean, just be careful if you encounter the dark pollutants. I mean, they're literally, dark elementals that are made from, pollution. Yeah, which means they're probably immune to poison. Which means they probably are immune or resistant to poison. Now watch out for Elder Uni. You don't need to send your message twice in a short time span, Yenny. Did you accidentally do that? I'm sorry. Did you accidentally do that? That's not... Alright. You know, sometimes that happens, you know, due to technical glitches. Yeah, I kind of figured something like that might have happened. Maybe you just misclicked, or you know, there was some sort of technical glitch on your end. Yeah, I sent it twice by accident. Whoops. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna be mean to you over that. All right now. Where's the villain at? All right, so where'd that villain at? All right, we need to find that, you know, evil big bird, and turn it into KFC.
Let us proceed.
We need to find that, you know, we need to find that evil peacock, evil big bird, and turn it into KFC. All right, Yenny, look away. We're going up against, against another bird. We're going up against another bird, so, Yenny, can look away, yeah, okay? Aside from one of the usual perks of being a KFC, has her own resistance to poison and pollution for obvious reason. That's good. Alright, now.
We certainly don't
Alright, now.
We can be at ease here.
Alright, to the sanctuary entrance. Right now, it's probably somewhere. Alright, now. She's resistant to poisons, unlike most Fae. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, now. Usually fairies that are, you know, powered by the wood element, you know, do have some resistance to poison. Yeah, although one of Ceres's weaknesses is just, you know, straight up, you know, axes. As well as, you know, poisons that are, you know, designed to kill plants.
Trent's been a big help to our group, huh?
One day we will find a way to show our
Alright, now, where's the villain at? Alright, villain, where are you? Where are you, villain? I will hunt you, I will literally hunt you down. Alright, Trent, where the bad guy at? Where the evil big bird at? I'm here to turn him into mysterious wall chicken. I'm here to beat him up and then turn him into mysterious wall chicken. You know, we need to cook him and then cram him behind a wall for some sort of vampire hunter, yeah. That's part of our duties in the fairy realm, yeah. Uh-oh. No, I don't think you're sick. Uh-oh. Wait, are you sick? Uh-oh. Wait, alright now.
Do not worry, so.
No Laphalos curse, you know, gaining ground in these parts. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't. Alright now.
Curse gaining ground in these parts.
That's not as common
Uh-oh.
as you might think, my friend.
Tis a simple blight. Such illness is past with time.
I think you might die if you do that. No, you need to wake up. Please, alright, now, alright, we need to help you. Are you sure that's a simple blight? That sounds dangerous. Now.
Trent! Hello?
Because our body is made of poison, yeah.
Fallen asleep indefinitely? The sanctuary.
The sanctuary would be down again. Alright, now.
Trent brought up a blight, I believe.
Alright, Trent brought up this blight, I believe. Might we make. Alright, now.
I happen to have asked Aish about.
You asked him about horticulture, huh?
He may have.
Alright, so alright now.
Follow to its conclusion.
Alright, maybe we can, you know, get him to get fertilizer to make, you know, Julie, you know, bigger and stronger.
Might be good for something for a change.
So that he can, you know,
Make a pit stop on the grass.
Alright, let's also work on getting a growth potion so that, you know, Julie isn't, you know, so small and shrimpy.
A tree blight, huh? Sure hope our friend on the Bronzer can help.
It pains me to admit it, but
Oh wait,
can to have ideas.
wait, can we use the flaming drum here? Alright, might as well use the flaming drum. I find what the bird murder isn't if it's involving an antagonist. Just because you're fighting birds and rabbits doesn't mean you advocate rabbit or bird murder, not the Enabin or the zoo right? I mean, that's true, yeah, that's true. Okay, thank you, that's true. That's true. I do not advocate for murdering murdering innocents. That's true. I don't advocate for baiting up and killing innocents. Obviously. The rabbits are monsters that literally alright, the rabbits are little monsters, and I'm pretty sure in this game they literally come from a world. They literally come from a different realm. From the mortal realm and the spirit realm and all that. Yeah, or something. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Yeah, alright, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Anyone does get mad when bunnies are bullied, yeah. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not gonna we're not gonna bully innocent buns, only the ones that are trying to kill us, okay? And Annabin, may see it as bullying, but he needs to understand that, bunnies are like one of the most cute, adorable creatures ever, okay? He is cute and super adorable. And, he should be fed, big juicy carrots every day. Sort of like any bunny, sort of like any, bunny girl. Sort of like any bunny, really. Especially bunny girls, yeah. Yeah. Suck it on big juicy carrots, yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, reindeers can't eat carrots? Wait, what? It's probably poisonous to them, maybe. Yeah, humans have these. Humans do have this one weird trait where they can eat, poisonous materials. Yeah, that would probably kill most animals. But then again, some animals also have the ability to eat things that humans can't eat. Yeah, that squirrels can eat death caps and all that. Gray squirrels can eat death caps. Humans can't eat death caps. Because if a human ate a death cap, they die. Yep, and they can't chew it. No, poor no, poor dear. They can't eat carrots. No. All right now, guys. Don't forget to give Yenny some. Don't forget to give Yenny and his castier some support. If you support the castier, get 1 like equals 1 salt lick. 1 like equals 1 salt lick. 1 like equals 1 salt lick. Yeah. Alright, what kind of material are we gonna need?
What an unexpected visit.
Have you dispatched with evidence already? No, actually, alright, now we need something to cure up blight.
Cure for tree blight.
Some people have leave carrots for Santa's reindeer, and
He caught something.
alright now.
We need his help.
Alright, yeah. Apple's tree is terrible.
I'm flattered.
Terrible.
Turn to me.
Alright now. I'm the dog, the big bad dog.
You're not.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Intent of disappointing
Wait,
me.
didn't Dog the bounty hunter get arrested or something?
It's the exact symptoms you described.
Wait, I'm pretty sure. Yo, we got one of the materials, yeah.
We have selectively bred
The nectar replenishes several crucial ingredients in plants, revitalizing perennial growth. Nectar, that'll make Nectarant feel better?
Well,
No.
say his thanks.
Really wonderful. Your investigation of
Alright, now.
agricultural advancements.
I will say, I think Plumeria is a little bit robotic. It kind of reminds me. I will say she comes off a bit robotic, sometimes.
About the adaptive
Yeah.
See, first
Okay. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Lila and Tilza Asteria. It was kind of a little the same. It was kind of the same way.
plant.
It has kind of the same cadence.
True. Virgin sisters were.
I mean, to be fair, Lila is to be fair, Lila is, a seraphim, so, she probably has very alien logic or something like that.
Such as a scholar's natural inclination, our curiosity knows no bounds, and our attention wants.
And she definitely, acts very strange, yeah.
Saved our butts this time.
Although Plumeria seems a lot more normal.
Then
Yeah, they're trying to make her come off like, like she's more, she's, super dignified and, all that. But, it's kind of coming off a little weird. I don't know, maybe for me it just, comes off a little weird when it's coming from Primaria, like she's way too formal.
Trent.
Like she's a bit too formal for, like she's a little bit too formal. Which, does work with her, being a princess and, basically being raised on that kind of thing. Not gonna lie. Is she aware of this? She should, she's to protect the fellow deers of Santa. Uh-oh. Yeah, we should, Pollyanna's like, no, we can't feed reindeer, carrots. But I appreciate the thought, we'll just turn around and give them to, we'll turn around and give them to the Easter Bunny, yeah. Since she's kind of close to the Easter Bunny, yeah. Yeah, the Easter Bunny is also a magical girl, by the way. Yeah, they literally have Easter powers. Yeah. By the way, yeah. By the way, the Easter Bunny and all them, are basically like worshippers of one of the celestial warriors, like Herald Spring, or something. Not Herald Spring in Life or something like that. Yeah, that they call in their culture Esor. Yeah. Yeah, so so the Easter bunnies are kind of, doing a ritual to, kind of bring in spring every year. Which is legitimate, by the way. Give me your eggs and love the Easter bunny. Give me your eggs and love Easter bunny. I wonder what Dreams thinks about Pebbles and just how unnaturally powerful the little doggo is. Alright now. I suppose a talking animal wouldn't be the weirdest thing, that, people, not members of Dreams have, run into. No ones with unusual power would... No, it is a bit strange, to run into one that's unusually powerful. You gotta remember, one of the villains in the lore is literally a living kitchen sink, yeah. And one of the members in our team, is a magical girl that was at one point, a telephone. Now, did I guys ever tell you about Telephonic, by the way? Yeah, Telephonic is real, by the way. Been around for a while. I guess that was weird how he can no effort defeat them in the night. Oh man. I mean, technically speaking, Pebbles probably would have an advantage against them in the night because Pebbles and his lore, is run by, positive energy and emotions, which, is one of the Luminite's weaknesses. But, positive emotions and, courage are some of Luminite's weaknesses, Since Luminite is obviously, powered by fear, obviously. So he probably would have an advantage against her, realistically,
If it helps, I bet he doesn't even realize how condescending he can sound.
By the way, alright now. Yeah, fair. Guess what Dreams it's like, yeah, give this guy pets and dog treats and make sure he doesn't get upset. We will definitely do that, yeah.
Here you go.
We'll get Pebbles whatever dog treats he likes. Alright, now let's revitalize Trent. Oh yeah, but alright now. Oh, you have my thanks, Julie. Don't worry, we're here. Alright now. We're here to protect the world from devastation.
I feel like a brand new shoot, full of energy.
I don't know, you feel brand new shirts are full of energy, uh-oh. And I guess he would be classified as an FOE at the highest degree. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think Pebbles might be a super boss. That's a little bit beyond an FOE. He's like the super boss that you can recruit if you really want to. And why wouldn't you? Because he's very cute. His stats are probably going to be much lower his stats are probably going to be much lower as a party member than when you actually fought him, though. You know, because that's a trope, yeah.
The assault on station. However,
Now, where'd the wood benevolent go off to?
yes, a plan's purpose
Well,
is
let me indeed be doing the same for that. It needs Sprotlings.
and
Uh-oh, Sprotlings.
Floret may be intending
Oh,
to
no.
do the same.
No, we can't let Floret, you know, take root somewhere. It needs woodman that resides within Firefolk. Unfortunately, collecting Sprotlings will not lead to crop it seeks so.
Collecting sproutlings will not yield the crop it
Yeah, he'd be a super boss class enemy surrounded by, you know, knocked out adventurers who mistook him for an agent of darkness or for some obvious miscommunication. I mean, that's what we went over earlier, yeah. Although, you know, Endomali might, you know, open with trying to reason with him a little bit. Since, you know, Endomali is kind of familiar with, you know, how some adventurers can be overzealous. And, you know, maybe the adventurers that were sent to, you know, fight, you know, against him, you know, were agents of, you know, were, you know, part of the Red Cloak Hunters, or part of the Red Cloak Hunters.
Now that Ramco's powers have been unleashed, we can go
Which are basically an antagonistic adventurer faction, yeah.
How could I forget about Ramco?
That are part of you know the Monster Kingdom arc, you know, in the lore.
From afar. But you have my sincere
Yeah, they tend to be a little bit more fanatical, yeah. Yep, I'm the Bark Lord of Barkness. How can we talk treats or get scolded? And adventurers see that? No, he's working for them. I can. Oh no! Oh no! Nah, poor Pebbles. Poor Pebbles and poor adventurers. Poor Pebbles and poor adventurers.
Ourselves into this storm.
There are two
Oh wait, I'm supposed to head to a floating island.
All we can do is
Alright, let's get over to that floating island.
items is adequate.
Oh, please excuse me. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. Oof. No, dang. Come on, man. Oh, excuse me. Oof. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I promise I'm not trying to be super gross or something. I promise. Alright, man. We had a lot of lurkers yesterday, yeah. Yeah, I know you guys probably, you know, left earlier, you know, or something. But, you know, I understand. You need to get sleep, yeah. We did have quite a bit of lurkers, though. Yeah, I did. I was struggling a little bit, find the Eye of Truth, though. Well, I mean, technically speaking, you know, in Star Ocean Wonders, not really technically an Eye of Truth, and, you know, it was never a real thing, yeah. Yeah, it seems to be some sort of, it seemed to have been some sort of ancient legend that, kind of was a thing, but, you know, got misinterpreted or something.
I am more than comfortable.
You know, that kind of reminds me of, you know, how Koopa was made in, you know, Yenny's lore. New and Night, Dodgy, Pebbles, and Tricks doing battle looking great. Since I get, it says 4 and 4. Oh, no. No. No, Pebbles, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't side with them. Don't side with them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't side with them. Don't side with Lemon and I. She's dangerous. Pebbles pretending to be on the side with him because before he one-shots him all busy from behind. What, Pebbles, you were playing 4D chess? Alright, looks like Pebbles was playing 4D chess. Alright now. Since we know that Pebbles is playing 4D chess, let's not target him for attacks. Although, how are we gonna be able to beat Tricks? I mean, aren't they like a reality warper or something? Those types of villains can be really dangerous, especially if they have malicious motives, you know? I mean, Pebbles is a eccentric and strange doggo, but the guy ain't dumb. In fact, he is quite intelligent.
This place
No.
remains of the rusted one after it was
Like, I do agree with that, yeah.
When KGL
What that was created, alright, a single island in the mortal realm floating in the sky, it's still here to this day.
It's still
Whoa,
there.
so this island is from the mortal realm, okay.
Strange place, but don't let your guards down.
Now,
Everything's just floating bits of land, better not tell the folks down below.
tell the folks down below.
This is what the
Now, home realm, this is what the home realm, alright now. It's chilling in more ways than one.
in more ways than one.
Get the word out, people. Floret's still at large.
Alright, Florette's still at large. Yeah, we're gonna have to take down a big bird. Alright, now we're taking down a big bird. Big bird. Big bird. Alright now, let's start looking around the island.
We should keep going.
Our best
Somewhere
bet is to
over
find
the
the
rainbow.
blossom easiest.
No, there's some bad guys. Alright now. Bad guys from outer space, ultimate muscle.
Let's finish this.
Although, you know, dimensional convergence, you know, causing... Although a dimensional convergence, you know, I'll be... Alright now.
Equipment is an
Although, I do like the idea that... Alright, I do like the idea that this world, you know, basically has a dimension convergence. Alright now. Right now, let's unlock that. Right now, we need to look around very carefully. Now, finally taking us to Dungeons and Dragons is early hive mind reality warping into the appear despair and entropy. So Trix is nothing new. It's not new to him. Oh no! Oh no, that's not good. All right, that sounds like it's something super scary. Is that like Tuck Nian or is that like Tuck Morningstar or something in their true abilities?
Activate.
Oh no!
It is pulsating
No,
with
no!
power.
Surely the cats are very devious creatures.
Secure.
Truly, cats are very, you know, very dangerous and devious creatures.
With this Luca,
Unlike them in the night, he never finishes the job. Killing is not in his nature. Oh. Yeah, you might find, you know, them in the night, you know, a little bit disturbing then. Given that Limerick Knight is very much, you know, well, is very much a little bit more ruthless than that. Yeah, Limerick Knight is significantly a little bit more ruthless than that, so he might find her a bit disturbing, yeah. Alright now, I see a treasure chest up here, I'm gonna grab that. Pinion robe.
what wondrous wear.
Nice, we got, alright, nice. Not anything from Dungeons and Dragons world is consumed by despair, and brought about despair to other worlds, a world of folks who are having connected their essence together into one being. Oh no. World got consumed by, you know, despair. Now has to survive by bringing despair to other worlds. Oh no.
Got powered up.
No, that seems like a terrible way to exist. Not gonna lie, that seems like a terrible way to exist. Yeah, Pebbles has dealt with this cosmic horror before. Alright now. Well, I'll trust whatever plan, you know, Pebbles comes up with for it then. I'm sure we can trust whatever plan, you know, Pebbles comes up with for it then. Alright, let's be careful. There's some of those, you know, living chest knights around here.
Ourselves of this acquisition.
Right now, this kind of... Alright now.
Nicely, sir.
I'm kind of reminded of, you know... Oh, excuse me for a minute. Right now, I'm kind of reminded of, you know, when I first played, you know, Secret of Mana at my cousin's house and never really got very far, never beat her, and didn't really understand what it was. You know, back then. Yeah, I gotta remember, I was still, you know, pretty much familiar with Mario and, you know, thought, you know, every game needed to play like Mario. Yeah, I didn't really understand what RPGs were back then. Yeah, you gotta remember, I was very young back then. You gotta remember, I was very young back then, so... Yeah, I kind of need to revisit, you know, Secret of Mana and, you know, actually play it for real. And I don't think my cousin even has, you know, Secret of Mana anymore. But, you know, me... Alright, now. Although, maybe I should get them, like, the Mana collection, yeah. For, like, the Switch.
Truth
That way they can have a version of, you know, Secret of Mana. Yeah. And they plot with the cats that get sent to the Undermeow and, you know, plotted the great, you know, Tuck Morningstar. Oh no. What, demonic cats? No, demonic cats. No. So that evil might, alright, now, understandable little indie. Oh, wow. You know, I didn't even have I didn't even think of Anemone I didn't really have I didn't really come up with Anemone until I was much older, yeah. Until I was much older, yeah. Yeah, alright now. Back then, I think my original OC was basically Ultraman, you know, and I kind of, you know, and they kind of, you know, had basically whatever superpower, you know, basically the plot demanded, yeah. I'm also pretty sure one of the later versions of them, you know, had like angel powers or something. Yeah, alright, yeah. That was very different. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I do remember one of their villains though. I do remember the first villain I came up with, you know, was like Ice Lord. Yeah, he was basically like almost any other ice villain, really. Yeah. He was sort of like, you know, basically any other ice villain, yeah. Basically like cartoon super villainry stuff, yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, later on I, you know, came up with Dark Virus, which was kind of inspired by, you know, Dark Matter and, you know, Kirby. Yeah, I'm still using a version of, you know, Dark Virus to this day, yeah. You know, maybe I should bring back Ice Lord, though. Maybe I should bring back Ice Lord a little bit, yeah. Maybe I should bring back Ice Lord and, you know, actually develop him into, like, an actual serious supervillain, yeah. Pebbles could not, I could donate Little P to you, don't pass. I don't think Little P would make sense for that specific fight you pick past. Oh, no. There you go.
I have gathered some grizzly syrup.
Lilith P, huh? Lilith P, yeah.
Maybe
A scientist who saw the truth of the world, yeah. Yeah, like, alright now. Alright now. You kind of told me that, you know, that Lee the World Chalice Fairy was kind of the inspiration for that. Yeah, for, like, Lilith P. Coincidentally, you know, Aerie the World... Coincidentally, you know, Lee the World Chalice Fairy, you know, kind of reminds me a little bit of Aerie, yeah. Alright, yeah, that was from Bravely Default.
let us proceed post haste.
Nah, I'm gonna be, you know, 100% honest with you guys, you know, about Bravely Default. You know, I actually don't like Bravely Default. I actually don't like Bravely Default. Although, specifically, I don't like... Specifically, it's not that... Alright, I don't like, you know, Bravely Default 1. Yeah, that's what I mean to say, yeah. Yeah, I think Bravely Default 1 is kind of a bad game. Yeah, I did like Bravely 2nd, you know, I think Bravely Default 2 are good. It's good, but, you know, Bravely Default 1, I don't like it. Yeah, it's a repetition, yeah. Yeah, it started off pretty good, but once, you know, it got into the repetition, so once it started getting into the repetition, and, you know, alright, yeah. That's when I kind of was like, oh, no. I was kind of going through the motions of, you know, beating it, yeah. After a certain point, yeah. Yeah, I mean, alright, now. What do you mean, Post, using her as a mascot fairy? I mean, I like Aerie as a villain, you know? Don't get me wrong, I do like some of the aspects of, you know, Bravely Default. You know, Aerie was an amazing villain, not gonna lie. You know, probably the first time I've seen it. Yeah, Aerie was an amazing villain. You know, not gonna lie. You know, I did like her as a villain. You know, back then, it was like an amazing post. Alright, back then, you know, she was like an amazing villain. It was like, yo, you know, what if we took... It's like, you know... Yeah, Aerie was the pioneer of that style of villainy. Yeah, that is true, yeah. I mean, that's true. Eri was Eri. Started the whole trend of what if we took Navi from like Legend of Zelda, but made him secretly evil, or working with the major villain. And then of course, other games kind of picked up on that trend and started doing it in their own right. Yeah, wait, with some of them with varying degrees of success, I should say. Eri was a pretty good villain, yeah. Eri though was a very good villain, yeah. Definitely the pioneer of that sort of thing. Yeah, I will say that some of the villains that came later that had sort of the same trope were kind of a little bit better, but some of them were much worse. Yeah, funny enough, they also did the same thing in Forspoken.
Secured.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, Forspoken did that very poorly. Yeah. Forspoken is like if they pulled the Eri twist and did it poorly. Yeah, but Eri was like the first time I saw that trope and I was like, yo, that's mind blowing and very cool. Yeah.
This outcome an obvious one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why when I was playing. That's why back when I was playing Bravely Default 2. Not Bravely Second, Bravely Default 2. Yeah, I realize I know that's kind of confusing, isn't it? Kind of confusing that Bravely Second is technically Bravely Default 2, but not actually Bravely Default 2. Since Bravely Default 2 has nothing to do with Bravely Default 1, and Bravely Second is kind of a continuation of Bravely Default 1.
Truthfully.
That actually fixes a lot of the major issues. Although I will say, one of the things I did like, Bravely Default 4, is, at the end it starts becoming a meta RPG. Which they kept consistent with the other with the other Bravely Default games. Which I mean technically speaking that was also technically speaking they did it back when that thing was starting to get really popular. They did it back when doing meta commentary and stuff like that was like getting super popular. Probably thanks to Undertale. Now, Undertale, did really well, yeah. Not gonna lie. But yeah, Lilith P is inspired by Lee, and, also Luzbon with, tiny bit of Dracula. Oh, no. Oh, no, not Luzbon. Not Luzbon, no. I remember him from Frontier. No, not Luzbon. Not Luzbon. Not Luzbon. I do not like, alright now. Luzbon, no. No. Oh no! Not Luzbon! Alright now, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding! Oh no, not the Digimon Devil, no! Alright, no. So alright now. Yeah, alright now. Alright now. Kind of funny you can say the Digimon Devil and kind of refer to over 9,000 different Digimon. Most of them of course being main villains. I mean, there's one that was literally the embodiment of the apocalypse and all that, and then there was Luzbon, of course, which is just Luzbon obviously is inspired by the devil. Which Luzbon is obviously inspired by the devil.
But I bet we can use them to get to higher ground.
The
I
plant-based
know, but...
monster is sure to prefer a place with better
Oh, wait. Alright, now. And then we have Chronomon, which is basically like Time Satan or whatever. Only in Time Strangers he was like super emo. He was like kind of emo. He was kind of a little emo in Time Strangers though.
Why don't we exchange these houses?
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, he was a little emo in Time Strangers. Which understandably so. He basically found out the truth of his reality, and he was basically a cog in a machine to the higher powers that basically ruled this world. But coincidentally, all right now. Which coincidentally, if I found out that one of them was like King Traciel, which coincidentally, if I found out that my reality was basically being controlled by somebody like King Traciel, I understandably would probably crash out too. I very understandably would crash out too because King Traciel is, their thing is, war crimes, and more war crimes. And those war crimes are usually directed at humans. Oh no, alright now. Alright, so is there another way? That's alright now. Yeah, she is very much meant to be terrifying for good reason. Yeah, it's funny, I created Lilith Bay in a chat like 4 years ago, 4 years before Time Strangers, that was a coincidence. I mean, alright now. Yeah, understandable. I know, understandable, yeah. Alright now. Alright now. I mean, some do say there's no such thing as really true originality, yeah. Some would say that there's no real such thing as, true originality. Which, I can kind of a little bit agree with, yeah. I can kind of a little bit agree with that, when it comes to writing. Oh, here comes the bad guy. That's not alright, this is an earth-shattering chain, nothing super, but it's nothing super Crownina, full power befriending.
Incoming.
Oh, here comes, alright. No! 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 No. I should have played the Steam version. No! Yeah, it decided to crash when the boss was being introduced. No. Alright, please tell me it won't crash again, please. Alright, please tell me it's autosave, please. No. Yeah, Square Enix, you need to learn to optimize your games better. Square Enix, you need to learn to optimize your games better. Square Enix, optimize your games better so they're not, constantly crashing. Oh well. I'm sure it won't crash a second time, right? Alright, second time's a charm. Alright, now, please tell me the autosave, doesn't, Alright, please tell me we haven't, alright. Alright, please tell me that the autosave, please tell me it autosaved, on the island. Please tell me it at least autosaved on the island, please. Alright now. Square Enix, you need to learn to optimize your games better, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I should have really played the Steam version, yeah. Did I catch some sleep, buddies, Indy and Yenny? Oh no, Pass is going away, oh no. Alright, bye, Pass. Bye, Pass, have a good sleep. Have a good sleep, okay? Yeah, I heard that, Annabeth's not feeling too well, so we're probably not gonna see him tonight. Alright, now, hopefully Yenny's feeling... Alright, Yenny, by the way, are you still feeling up to, playing Akami? Wait, you're gonna do that on, like, Friday, right? That's still on for Friday, right? Alright, now, hopefully... Alright. Then I have to sit through the long loading screen again. Alright, now, please tell me it autosaved right before the boss, please. At the very least. Please. Please tell me it autosaved right before the boss. Any loading screen? Please hurry up. Please hurry at least. Alright, thank God. Alright, thank Jesus. Alright, praise Titania.
Secured.
Alright, this time, please don't crash. Alright, this time, please don't crash when the boss guns get introduced. You know, not again.
Look at the feathers!
They are the same as the one in Vertius.
We know their origin. Where is the monster?
Incoming!
Alright, good, it's working. Alright, good, it didn't crash that time.
You think you can hurt my friends? Another incoming! How dare you scare all those Sproutlings?
You'll regret making enemies of us.
Alright, now let's just shoot him with giant laser beams. Alright, nice, we won. Alright, now get turned into KFC. Yeah, alright now. The boss tried its super secret, hidden art of, crashing the game world. I think the Beneficons might have killed the god, successfully killed the mana, goddess of mana, in one of the timelines. Then, he had to reset the timeline.
Did it! Lord is Sproutlings of Vertius.
Yeah, that's what we're going with, yeah.
Seriously, can't believe none of this floating out.
Yeah, alright, this time we actually managed to save the goddess. This time, the goddess of mana was able to fend off Delpheus and his forces, yeah.
Funny. I've never been anywhere but Vertius since the day I sprouted. Until the day
Or maybe it had some sort of technical debt that, didn't resolve properly.
to grow me there.
Right, maybe there was a bit of a memory leak issue, I don't know.
Enough of a reason for me.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of, Donkey Kong 64.
Life's there
The reason why Donkey Kong 64 needed the expansion pack was not to, improve, was because, they had some sort of memory leak issue that they couldn't resolve, on time for release.
Take things without a fighting. And
Alright, maybe something like that happened, I don't know.
not to
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at, the technical stuff. I'm not very good at technical stuff, so I wouldn't know.
You're welcome, okay?
Look at that. Karina's embarrassed.
Alright now.
I can hardly harken back.
Well, I
to
think
the
we
thought
reached
of
a stop. I
the
think we're
others.
alright now.
The journey has
Alright
been
now, Julie can handle himself, yeah.
Karina, too. The more you see of the world, the more those
The more you see of the world, the more those experiences change you for the better.
Hard to leave.
I mean, yeah.
But we
Yeah, the more you see the internet, the more you know of a horrible person you become. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie, the internet will turn you into a horrible person. Alright now, please tell. Alright now. Please tell me everything's, working correctly. Alright, yeah, it's probably just stuck on a weak loading screen. Alright, yeah, sometimes, things work as intended. Sometimes some games work as intended, okay? And that's okay. I should have probably played the Steam version instead. Yeah, this particular version of the game is a little bit buggy. Yeah, it's sort of like, the Switch 1 version of, the Pokemon Legends AZ.
159 is a
Don't get that version of the game, it's very buggy.
stellar performance, and I do both the song and your fight against the Beneficon. You're a hero in your own right. With you here, the other Sproutlings will feel much safer during their hibernation until the next home is chosen.
I guess we were able to rescue Julie's people from its stomach or something.
Out of thinking on this pilgrimage. The world keeps changing. And I think it's our job to adapt.
Alright, I like that for Julie. It shows that he's got personal growth.
Instead of putting down roots, I think the only way to grow is to get out there and mingle. Oh my! Then you mean... Yeah, I think Sproutlings should give places other than the burrow a try. Branch out in a bunch of different locations. I know that traveling the world hasn't exactly been the Sproutling way these years. But I think it might be my way.
I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Use Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
I think it's me. If there's anything I've learned on this journey, it's that.
Alright now. By the way, I will say Triad's, redesign in this game is, super cute. I really like those branch antlers.
On
Those
that
are really
note,
nice.
It's time for us to
Maybe Cirrus, can get some of those, yeah.
To do, monsters to defeat. Before you do, would you sing that
Or do you
song?
think that would, alright, or do you think that would look, do you think that would not look right? Maybe ones that look sort of like ears, but, fused with antlers,
1460. Why
Or maybe like fused with his ears.
I wasn't
Like you can hear the voices of, nature, yeah.
fair that I'm the only one who hasn't worked your masterpiece. Well,
Alright, Julie, you're gonna play something? Alright, now I will say that Julie, knows how to play a mean mandolin. Or, whatever that instrument is. Whatever that instrument is. I mean, I know it's not, I guess that's sort of similar to a guitar, but, I'm not a guitar. And I do know that instruments that are like that do exist.
making new friends and all down a path unforetold. I guess that's what you all could call this long journey called life.
Alright, Julie, that was a banger.
I tweaked the lyrics a little bit since its debut.
Bangin' jam, my
I call
man.
This one Jam 1560. Looks like I'll be touring all around the world, composing songs about my travels. So
Oh.
look forward to more new tunes.
Yeah,
from
I kind of like the elementals in this game. I like how human the elementals in this game are. Yeah. Despite being protecting spirits of nature, they're kind of very nice. Yeah. I like that they regularly interact with people and are actually very nice to them. I understand that some worlds I understand that some worlds out there, have beings that are like that aren't so nice to them. And I think that's very sad. I mean, technically speaking, there are beings that are like that in my world that aren't very nice, but
I like jam number 1.
but the ones that aren't like the ones that are like really that are like not so nice about that.
But I should really get started on
Yeah, they're very clearly they're very clearly against the goddess of creation. So yeah, it's clear and precise that it's clear that they're not yeah, it's very clear that they're not meant to be the good guys. Yeah. Although you guys have you guys ever seen that one Thor movie? Yeah. Yeah, some of the world's, quote unquote protectors and gods and all that, kind of remind me of that one, god that, kind of, that kind of was like, that kind of, led to the God Killer incident. Yeah, the whole reason why that one dude, became the God Killer was because her god was, basically let their world die. And, instead of, showing any sort of care or sympathy for, him and, him losing his daughter and his entire world, he was kind of an insufferable cunt, and it was kind of an insufferable, arrogant cunt. Yeah, and that's what, ended up with him, with, that dude getting possessed by, an evil magic god-killing sword. And he proceeded to, kill that god. And then he went on to, try, kind of try and, do the same thing to Valhalla. Yeah, good thing Thor was a little, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of reminded of that a little bit. Yeah, what it was I was talking about. That's kind of why I like it. I like, the elementals in this game. That's kind of why I like the elementals in this game, being a little bit, being at least somewhat close, being, sort of like the way they are. They're a little bit much nicer, and they're a little bit nicer. I mean, don't get me wrong, the sacrificial journey is still, kind of, like, really, guys, you should probably make it clear as to why you guys want this, with clear, concise reasoning, and, probably work on a way to, kind of fix this, so that, your creation doesn't really suffer and all that. Which, to be fair, they were, concise and, honest with us about that. which I highly appreciate. Though they could have made that more clear with the rest of the people, yeah. They could have made that more clear with the rest of the people, though. Since, you know, obviously it's gonna seem very messed up to people like Aaron. Which is kind of what his whole deal was. Right now, kindly get that out of my face, please? Right now. Let's see who's on right now. Oh! You know, I think we need to raid AOL then. Yeah, we need to raid AOL then. Raid AOL then. Oh wait, they're not allowing it? Alright, raid Ali VTuber. Yeah, let's try them. Oh, they don't allow it either? I guess they're not allowing it for some reason. They're probably getting a lot of hate raiders, maybe. Oh, excuse me. Oof. Alright, let's see who else is on. How about... Oh, I see. Alright, I see someone else we can try. Alright, raid Fang... Alright, how about we raid, Alright, let me make sure I got their name spelled correctly. Let me make sure I got their name spelled correctly. Oh, come on now. Oh, there's people playing Visions Mana? Alright, let's try raiding... Bangu. Alright, hopefully they'll allow it. Alright, here we go. Nice. Alright, let's go raid them real quick, yeah.